ศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ยิงสดดูฟรีไม่ต้องเสียเพิ่ม3 บาทที่ 3BB Sport 1
Sparta had won only 2 of their previous 22 meetings with AZ. They came into this third bottom, but knowing a win could lift them all the way up to 12th. And escaped an early warning when defender Mike Erdhouden slipped to Ledin Mexmerik. With Sven Meinens, former Sparta midfielder, then firing over. AZ beat Fenerbahce just before the international break, but in the league they'd lost 5 of the last 6 and drawn the other. So their last Eredivisie win had come on the 20th of September at Pektsvolle. They did score early, just not after 90 seconds. Still though, it was impressive. Per Kortmeiners unleashing one from outside the box to register his first Eredivisie goal. It's been a long time coming for the midfielder. This was his 73rd game. His brother Tone often did that for AZ from range and from set pieces. The swerve and the wind played a big part in deceiving Nikolai. AZ were the only side to have collected fewer points than Sparta over the last 6 games. But Sparta's response was positive in this first home game of Maurice Stein's second spell. Even if they took a while to find a conclusion to this move, which allowed plenty of defenders to come back. Joshua Kitolano had one crack at it, but it was Julian Bass whose shot eventually got through. Parried by Yurin Zut, the keeper starting for the first time since the opening weekend. Having joined just before the international break, Stein had a couple of weeks with the majority of his squad to get important ideas across, and his side were the equal of AZ for much of the contest. Battling well to win the ball back and showing some neat invention in the final third, all of which culminated in this equaliser just 7 minutes after falling behind. Tobias Lauritsen finding it after an exchange of passes with Kitolano. Two goals in 3 games for him now. This game also saw the debut of Sparta's new left-back, Patrick van Aanholt, who'd been without a club since the summer. He won the title at PSV last season, but after an 18-month loan in Eindhoven, he returned to Galatasaray, who elected not to renew his expiring contract. He nearly marked his first appearance with a first goal. The frame of the goal was still rattling when Lauritsen hit it again from the resulting corner. The let-off, the last chance of the half, and one of the best that arrived until the closing quarter of an hour. That was when AZ struck to win it, with Meinens netting against the club he left in January last year to move to Alkmaar. First, he tried to be a provider for Seiya Maikuma, but then he took it on himself after a weak challenge from Shunsuke Mito. First goal for him in more than 2 months, and he had no qualms about celebrating it either. Another one which the goalkeeper felt that he could have done better with. Up to that point, Stein was happy with the display, but he read the riot act to his players following the game, laying into them for a poor final 20 minutes. They might have been able to avoid his anger had they taken late chances to make it 2-2. Mito in particular could have made amends from Camille Neely's cross, but he took the ball on the rise and over it went. Pelle Clement was another who came close late on, so it's not as if they didn't have their moments. Which was certainly better than in the previous defeat to Groningen. Mito continued his late endeavours and was alert to the possibilities here when getting the better of his compatriot Maikuma. Ernest Poku's foul then gave them a free kick opportunity. And that saw Bass test Zut again. The former PSV keeper was debutising for the injured Roman Jadon Owusu Adura. Their final chance came 2 minutes from time after an excellent bit of distribution. Olai picking up Mito again, who in turn set up Neely. They were also lucky not to go down to 10 men right at the end when Clement's miscontrol saw him catch Minans on the shin. Referee Yannick von der Laan only produced a yellow, and the player himself seemed relieved, perhaps knowing what colour it could have been. So AZ ended their longest winless run in almost 12 years. They're still 6th and 5 points behind FC Twente. A Europa League game with Galatasaray comes next, and then Heracles come to Alkmaar. Sparta go to Pek Zwolle.
สามารถรับชมรีรันศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ผ่านทางแอปพลิเคชัน 3BB GIGATV และช่อง 3BB Sports 1